Hi everyone, welcome to DD classes. In last video we have discussed about the measures of government deficit. In this video we are going to learn about the components of budget. So here the components of budget refers to the structure of the budget. The two main components of the budget are revenue budget and capital budget. Revenue budget, it deals with the revenue aspect of the government budget. So it explains how revenue is generated or collected by the government and how it is allocated among the various expenditure heads. Revenue budget has two parts. One is revenue receipt and one is a revenue expenditure. Next is the capital budget. It deals with the capital aspect of the government budget and it consists of the capital receipt and capital expenditure. The components of budget can also be categorized according to the receipt and the expenditure. So on this basis, two broad components. One is budget receipt and budget expenditure. So in this video, we will learn about the budget receipt fully. Budget receipt refer to the estimated money receipt of the government from all sources during a given fiscal year. So budget receipt may be further classified as a revenue receipt and capital receipt. Budget receipt, revenue receipt. Under the revenue receipt, tax revenue and non-tax revenue. In capital receipt, borrowings, recovery of loans and other receipt. Let us start the discussion with the revenue receipt. Revenue receipt refer to those receipts which neither create any liability or nor cause any reduction in the assets of the government. They are regular and recurring in nature and government receives them in its normal course of the activity. A receipt is a revenue receipt if it satisfies the following the two essential conditions. One is neither creates a liability nor reduce any asset. So it satisfies both the condition, then only it is a revenue receipt. For example, taxes levied by the government or revenue receipt, as they do not create any liability. However, any amount borrowed by the government is not a revenue receipt, as it causes an increase in the liability in terms of the repayment of the borrowings. And one more example is that is the receipt must not cause decrease in the assets. One more thing. The receipt from sale of shares of public enterprises is not a revenue receipt because it leads to reduction in the assets of the government. What are the two sources of revenue receipt? So the revenue receipt of the government are generally classified under the two heads. One is tax revenue and one more is a non-tax revenue. Tax revenue means it is a sum total of receipt from taxes and other duties imposed by the government. It is a compulsory payment made by people and companies to the government without reference to any direct benefit in return. It means the two aspects of the taxes. One is it's a compulsory payment, that is no one can refuse to pay it. And one more is tax receipt or spent by the government for common benefit of people in the country. A taxpayer cannot expect that the tax amount will be used for his direct benefit. So tax revenue can be further classified as direct taxes and indirect taxes. First one is the direct taxes. Direct taxes refer to taxes that are imposed on property and income of individuals and companies and are paid directly by them to the government. That is, they imposed on individuals and companies the liability to pay the tax, that is impact, and the actual burden of the tax, that is incidence. So lie on the same person. Its a burden cannot be shifted to the others. For example, income tax, corporate tax, interest tax, wealth tax, death duty, capital gains tax. These are our example for the direct taxes. Next one is indirect taxes. It refers to those taxes which affect the income and property of individuals and companies through their consumption expenditure. That is, it's imposed on goods and services. So the liability to pay the tax, that is impact, and actual burden of the tax, that is incident, lie on the different person. So that is, its burden can be shifted to the others. Example, sales tax, service tax, VAT, that is value added tax, and entertainment tax, excise duty, custom duty. These are all example for the indirect taxes. The next one is non-tax revenue. It refers to receipt of the government from all sources other than those of tax receipt. So the main sources of non-tax revenue are interest, profit and dividends, fees, license fee, fines and penalties, escheats, gift and grants, forfeitures, special assessments. So interest, the government receives the interest on loans given by it to state government, union territories, private enterprises and general public. So the interest received from these loans is an important source of non-tax revenue. Next is a profit and dividends. That is, the government earn a profit to the public sector undertakings like Indian Railways, LIC, BHEL, etc. So it earns a profit from the sale proceeds of the product of the such public enterprises. And third one is fees. It refers to charges imposed by the government to cover the cost of recurring services provided by it. Such services are generally in public interest and fees is paid by those who receive such services. So it is also compulsory contribution to like a tax, court fees, registration fees, import fees, etc. Some example of the fees. Next one is license fee. It is a payment charged by the government to grant permission for something. For example, license fee paid for permission of keeping a gun or obtain a national permit for commercial vehicles. Next one is fines and penalties. They refer to those payments which are imposed on the lawbreakers. For example, fine for jumping a rent light or penalty for non-payment of the tax. The fines are different from taxes as the former is levied to maintain the law and order, whereas the latter is imposed to generate the revenue and also. Next one is a escheat. It refers to claim of the government on the property of a person who dies without leaving behind any legal heir or a will. Next one is a gift and grants. So government receives the gift and grants from foreign governments and international organizations. Sometimes individual and companies also voluntarily gift money to the government. Next is a forfeitures. These are the form of penalties which are imposed by the courts for non-compliance of the orders or non-fulfillment of the contract. Next one is special assessment. This is the last one. It refers to the payment made by owners of those properties whose value is appreciated due to developmental activities of the government. For example, if value of property near the metro station has increased, then a part of developmental expenditure is recovered from owners of such property in the form of the special assessment. The next one is capital receipt. It refers to those receipts which either create a liability or cause a reduction in the assets of the government. They are non-recurring and non-routine in nature. A receipt is a capital receipt means if it satisfies any one of the two conditions. Under the revenue receipt, one is either creates a liability or reduce an asset, that is, satisfy any one conditions. The receipt must create a liability for the government, for example, borrowings or capital receipt, as they lead to an increase in the liability of the government. However, tax received is not a capital receipt, as it does not result in creation of any liability. Next one is sources of capital receipt. Sources of capital receipt is at three groups. One is borrowings, recovery of loans and other receipt. Under the borrowings, the funds raised by government to meet excess expenditure. The government borrow funds from open market, that is public, and RBI and foreign governments. Foreign governments means here the loans from USA or England, like that. An international institution. Here the international institutions are World Bank, IMF and all. So the borrowings are capital receipt as they create a liability for the government. And next one is the recovery of loans. The government grants various loans to state government or union territories. So recovery of such loan is a capital receipt as it reduces the assets of the government. And third one is other receipt. Here it includes the disinvestment and small savings. Disinvestment refers to the act of selling a part or the whole of shares of selected public sector undertakings held by the government. So they are termed as a capital receipt because as they reduce the assets of the government, government holds a ownership in various public sector units in the form of the equity shares. Small saving refer to funds raised from the public in the form of post office deposits, national savings certificates, Kisan Vikas Patras, etc. They are treated as a capital receipt as they lead to increase in the liability. I hope you all understand the components of the budget. So now it is your turn. Question and answer. Fees of the government college is a revenue receipt. It's a revenue receipt because it neither creates any liability nor reduces any assets of the government. The next question is, capital receipt include the dash. Tax revenue, non-tax revenue, grants from World Bank or borrowings. The answer is borrowings. Thank you.